Alexa.
Good morning, Mayor Mark.
What's going on in Tempe today?
Today is your State of the City. It's a very important speech. People will be hanging on your every word. A lot is riding on today. No pressure.
Well, today is going to be a great day, and it starts now. It's a good cup of coffee. Hey Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6 a.m.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go catch the orbit. Have a good day, Alexa.
Good luck, Mayor Mark.
All right, the orbit's here. Morning.
Hey, you ever married Tempe?
Yes, I am. It's the best job you could ever have.
Gosh. Well, I actually love the free orbit, and I can't wait for Streetcar to open up.
Yeah, it's going to open up in 2021. I think it's going to be an exciting time for our residents. They have easy access to get to downtown Tempe, enjoy the great restaurants that we have on Mill Avenue.
That's really cool.
Good. Hey, great. If you ever need anything, give me a call.
Wow!
Hey, good morning, Chef Jeff.
Mayor Mark,
How you doing?
ready for the big day?
I sure am.
Man,
You know what I need?
tell me.
Can I make my usual?
Man, help yourself.
All
Help
right,
yourself.
thank
Help
you.
yourself.
All right.
Great job on your first time.
Well, thank you.
So, you know, with Crate Bar, we just celebrated our 7th year anniversary. It's all about great ingredients, great products, great just atmosphere. Yeah, you did a great job on this. This looks great. There's some coffee for you.
Well, great. Thank you. You know, this is exactly what I needed to kick off my day. Great ingredients, great vibes here at the Crate Bar, phenomenal people. It really defines Tempe. So thank you, Jeff, for everything that you do.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy.
Oh, guess what? My car's here. I got to go to my State of the City. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you.
For Mark?
Yes, thank you. What's your name?
Eli.
Eli, how you doing?
Great. How's your day?
Doing really good. Doing really good. Alrighty, man. I'm going to need some really good jams this morning. I have a big morning.
Oh, that's great. Feel free to use that surf tablet to choose whatever song or video that you want to watch during this trip.
All right. Oh, look at this.
Feel free to check out the Tempe section on the tablet. It shows you great things to do here in the area.
Wow, this rideshare entertainment is fantastic. I wonder who created it.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Eli. It's fun to think about how different my morning routine looks today as opposed to just 10 years ago. For instance, there was no Orbit in South Tempe. There were no rideshare apps. Apple was on their second edition of the iPhone. I had more hair 10 years ago than I do now. Even more fun to think about is where I was 30 years ago. There was about 43,000 fewer people in the city. I was going to ASU using the first version of Macintosh, and I was singing along to Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine any chance I got. Now, fast forward to today, where we're sitting at a population of more than 185,000 people, with technology and pop culture changing faster than we can blink. There are projections that the Tempe Central Core, urban core, is going to more than double, with nearly 90,000 residents by the year 2040. And that doesn't even contemplate thousands of individuals who travel into Tempe for work, for school, on any given day, which increases our daytime population by 68%. We are the densest city in Arizona, and we're clearly sprouting into an urban population. With that in mind, I want to talk to you today about how the city is not just growing and reacting to these changes. I want to speak to you how we are planning ahead and evolving as a city, building upon the systems, the assets, and the innovations that we have now to help our future residents, our visitors, and businesses thrive. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when growth can be a good thing. Heck, I would have liked to grow a couple more inches taller. But growth is linear and often unsustainable. Evolution, on the other hand, is more complex. It is taking a simple model, adapting it, and shaping it into the more complex strategy that will meet future needs. There is a 19th century thinker who was known for his theories on urban planning named Patrick Geddes. He said, "A city is more than a place in space. It is a drama in time." To me, this helps illustrate how we view a city at any one time in its history. And it relates to the theme I'd like to speak to you today, how Tempe isn't simply growing, we are evolving. Evolution is a lengthy process. It takes a consistent collective push forward to make a real difference. We all know our world is becoming more and more connected, streamlined, and online. This, by far, is the largest evolution of our time. And as a city, we believe we have the responsibility of not just maintaining, but enhancing the human connection and the opportunities for everyone. Tempe is known for being a high-energy, active city and a can-do community. So we plan to continue dedicating public space for recreation and personal interactions and planning private space so that it is equally inviting. One effort the city has undertaken over the past 2 years has been to develop with the community a plan for the next 20 years of growth in Tempe's Central Core. The Urban Core Master Plan will serve as our blueprint for sustainable development. This plan, which is still making its way through the process, builds on the investment the city has made becoming a transit-oriented and creating a walkable environment. It will help our city embrace the flow of new residents with responsible, quality future developments while working to preserve our historic character, and affordable and workforce housing, and includes sustainable and open space. This process has evolved input from thousands of residents and business owners. As a council, we're acting with the understanding that this plan is not for the city of today. We're planning for the Tempe of 2040, which, as I said earlier, will have double the population as it is today. Without an evolutionary plan in place, we would seek patchwork development and a lack of housing opportunities that would greatly affect our city's future. It's not just the core of Tempe that will be experiencing physical evolution in the coming years. The block from Broadway to Southern and Priest to Union Pacific Railroad tracks is currently largely dedicated to industrial businesses like the United Dairymen of Arizona, Crockett Honey, and Four Peaks Tasting Room. These businesses provide great value to our economic base and add to the economic fabric of Tempe. This month, our council voted to approve to give this industrial area a new mixed-use industrial designation that will focus on building this area into a maker district that produces creative, locally crafted products and services and innovative manufacturing. As a council, we have a strong vision to activate this area as a place for workforce and affordable housing, all the while building upon the successful businesses already in the area. By revitalizing the Broadway Road, we're creating opportunities needed for our evolving community to live and to work. Council members Keating and Navarro were on the working group that was instrumental in bringing this concept to the council, and I'd like to thank them for their hard work. Thank you. This Maker District supports our Made in Tempe campaign, which is an effort to support local homegrown businesses because we want to make it clear that Tempe loves local. In fact, everyone is getting a little gift on your table this morning that is part of the Made in Tempe campaign. Laura from Laura's Gourmet Granola started out making her delicious granola in a rentable co-manufacturing space. Just recently, she located her small business into the Broadway Maker District, where she now mixes up delicious granola for AJ's, Whole Foods, and all major grocers. Thank you, Laura, for providing us with a special treat and for letting us share your story. And if you're a fan of Laura's granola, you can buy a full-size package at Whole Foods, opening up on November 6th at the local located at Ash and University, right in the heart of our downtown. Now, I know residents are excited to finally have a grocery store back in this area, and I know Whole Foods will be a great community partner. Now, I know last year my joke about free cars from Carvana may have falsely gotten some of your hopes up, but look, this year I'm making it up to you with free organic produce. That's right, Whole Foods has provided the secret savings card in front of you at your table. Take the card into the new location, and it could be up to $100 of free groceries. So you can buy artisan soaps or organic cheese to your heart's content at Whole Foods. The most evident physical evolution in Tempe has been alongside Tempe Town Lake. The investment in the lake has led to more than $2 billion in economic impact from developments, special events, and tourism since its inception. We now have more than 42,000 new jobs helping to fill office buildings alongside the lake. And folks, that's something that's worth celebrating. Tempe Town Lake turns 20 this year, and the city, alongside our community partners, are going to throw one heck of a party. Before we get to those details, let's first watch how Tempe Town Lake has evolved to what it is today.
I'm standing on a pedestrian bridge at Tempe Town Lake. It's been named in honor of Dean James Elmore. He was the one who inspired students back in the 60s to think about what this place could be. It was a group of ASU students in the architecture program who were given the assignment of imagining what was then a dry riverbed could be. And so in about 1967, 68, they came up with some proposals that demonstrated this could in fact be a great waterfront and could spur all kinds of additional development. The citizens of the city of Tempe said, yes, we can do this.
It was an eyesore. Everyone turned their back to the river. Just the fact that what used to be a landfill has become the focal point for downtown Tempe.
Water is an attractor. People want to be near it. People want to see it. People want to walk up to its edge. And so I think it was anticipated that Tempe Town Lake would inspire development around it. So in fact, what they imagined the lake would inspire has come to pass.
Town Lake is home to State Farm, Viking Cruises, KPMG, Silicon Valley Bank, Amazon, Microsoft, soon Becton Dickinson, the building behind us. And let's not forget our ASU Novus Innovation Corridor.
What a lot of people may not realize about Tempe Town Lake is that thousands and thousands of people come to work here every day, thousands more live here, so it's really attracting so many people because it is so conveniently located and it's such a unique destination. One of the things that we're doing right now is actually bringing recreation programs, our city recreation programs, out to the lake. Now you can take yoga on the marina, you can take various fitness classes. We're doing yoga on the lake now as part of our stand-up paddleboarding program. The lake is also home to several different team sports. We have Olympic rowers that practice in the lake. We have rowing teams from ASU. We have the dragon boat teams that use our lake for practice as well. So a lot of what is in that plan we can bring to life just by bringing those recreational programs here to the lake.
The future is bright for Tempe Town Lake, with the developments like Watermark, the Grand, and the Pier 202 coming online. In addition, the Rio Salado master plan that will evolve with many amenities to be built on the north and south shores.
Tempe Town Lake has become such an endearing place for people not only in Tempe but also the entire region. So what we're doing now as a city is looking at the next 20, and what are we going to be looking at in 20 to 30 years from today?
Tempe has a great plan for what it wants to build on. The same might be true of other communities who are just getting started, maybe their first major project along the river. And so what Rio Reimagined does is bring them all together, hopefully in a way that the sum is greater than just the parts.
Some of you may know that I'm a big baseball fan, so the quote, "If you build it, they will come," from the Field of Dreams comes to mind when watching that video. Evolution, as I mentioned before, can be a slow process. It has taken decades for the town lake to develop from an idea it was to the reality that you see today. Past and current leaders persisted to make the lake a reality, and now this council is laying out the vision for the next 20 years. Tempe Town Lake, as you know it today, will only continue to evolve as the city's biotech campus and ASU's Novus Innovation Corridor come online, and as the area continues to be a huge draw for companies and residents alike. The 20th anniversary celebrations taking place on November 8th and 9th will be a great opportunity for residents and businesses to experience the next 20 years and what it could bring. As I mentioned in the video, Council approved the Rio Salado and Tempe Beach Park Master Plan, which creates zones around the lake that coalesce around common activities. From the arts to environmental education, live music, and entertainment to rock walls and beach volleyball, these zones will activate the entire lake and provide outdoor activities for everyone. When you first think about the physical evolution of a city, you think of new replacing old. While part of that is true, the art of evolution is taking the best components with you. And while physical evolution is the easiest to see, the businesses in Tempe experience evolution alongside the city are also noteworthy. This year alone, 26 existing businesses in Tempe expanded their operations, creating more than 3,500 jobs. That is on top of the 30,000 jobs, the new jobs that we had, and the $3 billion of capital investment that have come to Tempe since 2012. Becton Dixon, Applied Microarrays, Oscar Health, and Eagle Mortgage are a few companies that have contributed to the increase in employment this year. These companies are able to expand their operations because they are constantly looking for opportunities to adapt their business models to fit new needs. Oftentimes, the greatest innovations are the tweaks to a product or system. Earlier, you saw in my right here the cool screen that was in my rideshare car. This was a courtesy screen from Eli Tremoni, the founder and CEO of Surf Rideshare Entertainment. Eli's story is truly amazing. He's a Tempe resident, an ASU alumni, go Devils, and is known in Tempe for his entrepreneurial spirit. In fact, he has already sold 2 successful businesses. As Eli navigated his journey, he turned to his friends over at Max 6. They helped him connect and collaborate with the right people, giving him the resources he needed to fuel his ambitions. If you all don't know about Max 6, it's about time you should. Max 6 has a great success story and a great story of evolution. 6 years ago, they began as a small startup, and today they have helped hundreds of businesses either get off the ground or grow their operations. Let's learn more.
Max 6 is a company that builds better communities where people and businesses thrive. And what that really means is, at the highest level, we're a real estate company. But really what we do is, rather than just a price per square foot transactional relationship, it is a relationship, and we're building communities within our spaces so that it's not just us, but it's the companies working together within those spaces to help each other to grow. We provide all kinds of help to take a company from where it is, what is it that they really want to achieve in the world up here, this lofty goal that they have with their purpose, and how do we pair those two things and get them on a journey to do so? In a lot of ways, we're not the part of the story that matters. We stand on the shoulders of greatness of what all of these companies are doing, and so if we can provide success to them and show that is working, that is what we will scale going forward.
I moved to Arizona in 2006 from Lebanon, and I came here to go to ASU to get my degree in mechanical engineering. I moved here, I had $600 in my pocket, I did the whole American dream, and I knew when I moved here that I wanted to do something big. My first business that received investment was actually from Max 6, and we started at the Max 6 incubator. We were one of the earliest companies that were there. Surf is an out-of-home advertising and media distribution company. We work with Uber and Lyft drivers in order to provide a great entertainment experience inside of the car by placing a tablet on the headrest. So when a passenger steps in, they get to enjoy great videos, listen to great music, and explore the local area in terms of deals and local businesses.
Eli Chmooney was a part of our first class of incubees when we started out as an incubator. He was somebody that we saw that had a great idea, but we knew even then that ideas are a dime a dozen, and it's people that are going to make success in a company. And so seeing what he's been able to do with Surf now and the success that he's seeing and his growth.
We're currently in 10 cities. We have an amazing team of 22 people that are located in our office here in Tempe, and we continue to grow. We want to be the next largest out-of-home advertising and media distribution company. So we don't want you to only see our content and our excitement and our brand inside of a car. We want you to see it at a restaurant or at a next hotel that you go to. And we want to be that next out-of-home advertising and media experience that is customized to you as a consumer and not just blasted with ads that are not related to you. The energy that this place has between the different support from local businesses, the different organizations that we have, the different graduates that come out of ASU, and just the general mentorship and feel from investors to advisors. It's an amazing place to start a company, to grow a company, and we have all the resources to actually make it happen.
You know, we can't talk about the concept of evolution without talking about the technological advances our society has seen over the last decade. I never thought I would be asking a talking speaker named Alexa for the weather or what's going on in Tempe. But the fact of the matter is, technology is a tool that can be used to help make systems and programs more efficient, access a wider audience, and come up with some incredible solutions to help solve some complex challenges. A great example of this is with the local construction company, Sunt. Sunt is currently building the Canopy by Hilton on University just east of Mill Avenue by using artificial intelligence to collect data about progress and safety on the construction site. Sunt is one of the first Arizona-based companies to use highly sophisticated security cameras to collect usable data, like how many labor hours are being used on a certain portion of the project, or how much a rain delay sets back the construction schedule. They use this data to streamline and improve efficiencies, helping to better understand and use what oftentimes is limited resources. And while I'm on the topic of hotels, I've just got to share with you some exciting numbers that Tempe Tourism has recently reported. Even with the evolution of the home sharing economy, Tempe is still seeing an increase in hotel revenue, generating $175 million in room sales in 2018. Tempe hosted around 4 million visitors that year. 4 million visitors. These visitors are spending money in our restaurants, our local shops, and enjoying our recreational activities. What is exciting is that we'll be having 4 more hotels come online in the near future, including the Canopy, Hyatt Place, Westin, and the Omni Hotel and Conference Center. Let me tell you, I have never been so happy to see an old Chili's restaurant come down. But don't worry, for those of you that really do love your baby back ribs, you can still get you fixed just a few blocks down University. So thank you to Brian McCartan from the Tempe Tourism for continuing to promote Tempe and to get visitors in our hotel rooms. And thank you for Councilmember Adams for serving on the Tempe Tourism Board. You know, staying with the topic of technology, Acronis opened an office here this year, and they are challenging the cyber protection industry. Acronis is pairing data protection and cyber security to revolutionize the industry. Over the next 3 years, the company will invest $50 million in research and development efforts at its Tempe facility, fueling innovation advances in blockchain, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's blockchain? Basically, it allows digital currency like Bitcoin to be distributed without being copied, which is what allows Bitcoin and digital currency to exist. Any clearer? Well, needless to say, it's really a big deal. Every year, Tempe is becoming more of a hub for technology companies. We have Expedient, which is expanding with a new Tempe office. We have Wrap Technologies moving their headquarters from Las Vegas, and West Pharma, a medical device manufacturer that is expanding and adding quality jobs and square footage to the location in the Smith Industrial Hub. These companies are moving and expanding to Tempe because they see what we are all about: innovation, progress, and investing in services and amenities that our residents and our employees, that their employees care about. When I went to Acronis' grand opening, I talked to the CEO about one reason Tempe is a great place to do business. It's our access to great talent. With Arizona State University, the University of Advancing Technology, and the Western International University, and the Rio Salado Community Colleges, businesses know that they can fill their high-tech, high-wage positions with excellent talent. Well, I've got my cheerleader-in-chief pom-poms out. I want to acknowledge Dr. Crow's leadership and the evolution that he has brought to ASU. President Crow initiated the leap ASU has made from a teacher's college to being named the most innovative school in the nation for the 5th year in a row. And Dr. Crow has instilled a culture of inclusion and created a mindset that solves complex societal challenges. Just last month, I was in a meeting with Dr. Crow, and he shared that more than 600 angel investor businesses have sprouted from Arizona State. I would like to share just one of those businesses with you right now. Has anyone ever heard of Zero Mass Water? The CEO, Cody Friesen, a professor at ASU, is evolving the way communities supply water. He developed a low-cost solution for delivering pure drinking water by capturing moisture from the air using solar-powered hydro panels. This system is able to provide up to 30 liters of water in a given day, literally out of thin air. Zero Mass Water is inspiring because of their impressive innovation, but because especially they have figured out how to be profitable while meeting a pressing community need. With every purchase of a hydro panel, Zero Mass uses a portion of its proceeds to buy panels for families in need of clean water around the world. In 2017, they partnered with the United States Agency of International Development on a project to provide drinkable water to refugee host communities in Lebanon and Jordan. You know, when I first heard about Zero Mass Water, I imagined how cities could invest in this type of pioneering infrastructure, especially in our city parks, where a water source is needed, but the infrastructure is lacking. With Zero Mass Water moving its headquarters to Tempe, I look forward to exploring how we can partner and see if we can use these panels in our own city facilities. Tempe is always looking to use technology and data to advance our priorities. It just makes good economic sense, especially with more people moving to our urban areas. It is vitally important that we incorporate technology into our city infrastructure. Utilizing innovations in tech is one way that cities are meeting the needs of their growing communities in a fiscally responsible manner. I take this to heart, especially considering the population growth that we are expected to see. By being open to innovations taking place all around us, thoughtfully measuring and using available data for decision-making, and investing in technological advances that will have the biggest benefit for our businesses and residents. Only then will we be positioned to absorb this growth and adapt at how we function as a city. This is not a new concept to the city of Tempe. We have an incredible team of dedicated staff that are passionate about our city's future. Several years ago, the council adopted transitioning the city over to an advanced water metering infrastructure. The goal was to provide an automated meter reading solution that maximizes billing accuracy. While we aren't the only city that hopped onto this innovative initiative, we are the only city that has paired this project with a WaterSmart customer portal. This customer portal allows residents to track their water usage, compare it to similar households, and adopt conservation techniques, leading to less water used and more water saved. WaterSmart is just one way that we better communicate with our businesses and our residents. In the last decade, the way in which we receive our information has evolved tremendously. Social media, podcasts, online platforms are now the norm. Of course, as you saw from my morning, there are still some of us old schoolers who get the actual newspaper delivered every morning. But as a mayor of a city that is doing tremendous work, we want to evolve the best ways we can to get information to our residents. So we're going to try something new, a pilot. In January, the city will be producing a 15-minute podcast once a month, and we have already selected 12 Tempe businesses to showcase. And I'm really excited to learn the interesting things that draw people into Tempe and how they experience and enjoy our great community. Another area where we are doing tremendous work is the first ever climate action plan that we're adopting. This plan lays out strategic investments, initiatives, and partnerships that will reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and prepare Tempe for the extreme heat that is predicted in the future. I want to thank Vice Mayor Lauren Kuby for her focus on sustainability and for pushing Tempe to bring on its very first sustainability director, Dr. Braden Kay, who is working with us on this initiative. Thank you, Vice Mayor Kuby and Dr. Braden Kay. In collaboration with our partners at APS and SRP, Tempe is making the shift from carbon-producing fuels to renewable energy sources in order to meet our goal of being carbon neutral in the city operations by 2050. Tempe can support the clean energy economy in so many ways. Just last week, we entered into an agreement with SRP to purchase 2.5 megawatts of facility-scale solar power that will be produced at a new solar generation facility near Eloy. This will allow the city to double the amount of renewable energy we use to power municipal operations from 10% to 20%. We also learned through this process that transportation continues to grows greatly with our greenhouse gas emissions. While Tempe has made major investments and strides in transit and bicycle infrastructure, we know that we can do more to support a variety of transportation options. In the next 3 years, the city will be tripling the amount of public electric vehicle charging stations. Moreover, the city of Tempe is dedicated to electrifying the entire light-duty on-road city fleet by 2030. The second set of strategies the Climate Action Plan addresses is the increase in temperatures. Tempe needs to prepare and adapt to the increase in the extreme heat, which disproportionately impacts our most vulnerable populations. The city will be evolving our approach and looking to explore green infrastructure and the International Green Construction Code to mitigate rising temperatures and to develop a truly walkable environment. Over the next 5 years, we will plant 2,000 more trees citywide to further cool our parks and our sidewalks. Our ultimate goal is to create a citywide 25% tree canopy in Tempe that will shade and cool our city. When developing and planning for our future, it is easy to get wrapped up in the technologies that will fundamentally change how we behave. But as I said earlier, we must not forget about the human element. When I first was elected to the City Council in 2000, our conversations focused on providing trash pickup, water, parks, and library services. In the 19 years since my first day of service, what we are offering as a city has truly evolved for the better. We're seeing a shift nationwide. I'm part of the leadership team for the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and I've got to tell you, cities across the nation are dealing with a drastic shift in their priorities. Basic survival needs like food, water, shelter, access to healthcare, and mental health services. These are adding to the priorities of cities across the nation. In this year's city budget, we will be spending $188 per resident to provide housing opportunities, homeless resources, diversion services, youth development, veteran resources, 24-hour crisis response, and counseling for our residents and families. This is a $72 per resident increase from just 2 years ago. I am proud of this commitment because we need to remember that our community isn't just geography, it's people. I believe the reason that government exists is to improve the life for everyone. As part of the Human Services budget, we've created job programs designed to give people experience, to get them on their feet, and to give them a chance. You know, Tempe is known as a smart city. More than 40% of our residents have a bachelor's degree. Another 18% have a doctorate. We have very educated workforce, but there are some people who have a harder time finding jobs, such as people who are homeless or high school students who have no work experience and people with disabilities. We're doing groundbreaking stuff in Arizona with our work to provide equal opportunities to diverse populations. Let's turn to the screen for the last time today to learn more about these opportunities.
Being homeless, I mean, yeah, it's depressing. You know, you don't have anything, you wish you can do something. You know, I wanted to work a long time ago, but I had nowhere to put my stuff, I had nowhere to go. You're living a different life, you know, it's everything you have is with you. It's definitely not easy. I was at Fry's parking lot. Car was broken down, I was living in it. I was approached by a Tempe police officer who told me about iHelp. While I was in iHelp, I got the voucher for an apartment. I get in the apartment and working again, it brought me back by independence.
The BEST program is a program that focuses on the hiring of 6 individuals who have developmental disabilities within the city of Tempe. And we are a grant-funded program with support from the Arizona Developmental Disabilities Planning Council. Well, helping individuals with disabilities is the economically smart thing to do, and it's also the right thing to do from a moral perspective, and the city is very strongly interested in this. And of course, we are committed to making this happen with the support of our partners.
Overall, the program is intended to develop a robust youth talent pipeline for the city of Tempe, and we do this in 3 major ways. One of them is by providing 8-week paid internships to high school students with local businesses who are located here in the city of Tempe. The second piece is that we connect students with a mentor from the City of Tempe's College Connect Tempe program, and so these folks help the students navigate their career and educational goals. The third part of it is that we provide soft skills training to our students.
It's kind of like going to school, but I'm actually working. I just really like going to the internship, going to work, and the entire experience has been so much fun, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Tempe Works, the BEST program, and Career Ready are all programs that work with a specific population that typically has challenges in entering the workforce in a meaningful way. As part of Tempe Works, we are able to provide Mr. Ackerman the things he needed to overcome barriers into entering the workforce, such as access to shelter, a shower, and work clothing. Now he's making a consistent paycheck, learning new skills, and is an active community member. We also want to ensure that individuals with development disabilities have the tools they need to be successful. I want to thank our equity and inclusion team for their work on our BEST program. It builds on our commitment as an employment-first city. We recognize that every person who has a disability offers skills and assets to our workforce. I look forward to seeing the success of the employees that we will be hiring through this program. And I would encourage every business here to find out more about this hiring model. My favorite part about Career Ready Tempe, aside from providing eager and driven students with paid internships, is that we are engaging our local businesses and our business community. The Tempe Chamber has been a great partner in this program, and if you really want to know more about this and your company is interested in participating, please get in touch with myself or Ann Gill or a member of the Tempe Chamber. I want to thank council members Robin Arredondo Savage and council members Keating and Navarro for helping to ensure that those who want a job can find one with us and be provided the assistance to help make them successful. So thank you, Councilmember Arredondo Savage, Keating, and Navarro. Thank you for what you work on this great work. You know, people really are the heart of everything Tempe. This community should really work for everyone. It's the people who inspire us to look for new ways to make Tempe more sustainable, to bring new companies and new jobs in, to invest in our city parks, and to find ways to help people out of homelessness. And as more families move into Tempe, we're focusing on providing a housing stock that meets everyone's needs. I'm very proud to announce that the council approved an affordable housing strategy this year. It is part of our evolution toward a future where plenty of housing options are available for people of all income levels. We are the only city in the state that is implementing this type of strategy, and that is another point of pride for Tempe. We've established our own nonprofit called Tempe Coalition for Affordable Housing that allows us to purchase property ourselves to build on the kinds of housing our community needs. In the last 7 months alone, we have purchased 20 properties. We are also collaborating with the development community to fund affordable housing, like Valor on 8th. This is a unique community that offers housing and social services to veterans, with the emphasis on female veterans with children. And in early November, we will celebrate the opening of the River at Eastline Village, which is bringing 56 new affordable units to Apache Boulevard. That is a good step forward. The issue of housing and affordability is on my mind and the minds of my colleagues. We are working towards a goal of adding more than 16,500 new affordable and workforce housing units to our portfolio. Affordable housing allows our residents to focus on what's important: their families, education, and careers. We want to provide more opportunities for our residents so that no one is left behind. So we will continue to set new standards for cities around us, evolving our policies and our programs to raise the quality of life for everyone. We will continue to look ahead, find the best path, and make our way to Tempe's bright future. As Tempe continues to evolve, please know that each of you are part of the continual motion toward even a better tomorrow. So thank you again for all of your inspiring work and for sharing in the evolution of Tempe. Have a great weekend. Go Devils tomorrow, and hopefully we see some of you out at our neighborhood game nights on Saturday. Have a great day. Thank you so much.